Welcome, Carolina, to the Beazley Taxi.
Thank you.
I'm
It's
here
great.
with Carolina Klint from Marsh. Carolina is the Chief Commercial Officer for EMEA. Welcome once again to the taxi. Great that you're available to do this, and I have a few questions for you.
Thank you so much. It's great to be here. And what a great idea with the pink taxi going through the Ville.
Thank you. Glad you're enjoying it. Carolina, given the rise in extreme risks, where do you see the main point of tension between the needs of the businesses that you serve and the capabilities of the market today?
So I would say the tension is really speed versus certainty, right? That's where it is, because businesses are moving so fast, experimenting, expanding, adapting to new technology. And then the risk landscape is moving underneath them in real time. So there's a tension there, right? Because the market by nature wants things to be priced calmly, like understood, modeled. We like to be rational, but that's not the world we live in. So the gap is widening, right? And insurers, I mean, for good reasons, don't like to write blank checks. No. Exactly. So the real challenge, I would say, sits in the middle, but it's also an opportunity. How do you turn uncertainty into something that we can at least have an intelligent conversation around, even if we may not be able to quantify it yet, I would say. Yeah.
Fair point. No, I recognize that. Which risk that is invisible today do you think will become the number one issue? So here's your crystal ball.
My crystal ball moment is, I would say, the cumulative nature of risk, because we make more high-stake decisions than ever with less clarity on what it is that we're actually making decisions on than ever before. So risks are so interconnected, they accelerate, they exacerbate one another. And in that environment, I mean, they're not siloed. They are not independent, and that's how we like to have clarity. But the fact that it's cumulative makes it, I mean, it's like cumulative decision fatigue. And I think that is the main risk, because we think that we can decide, but in fact, we think we're well prepared, but in fact, we're not.
We may be missing some interconnectivity, and the black swan is hiding somewhere in there.
Exactly. Yeah. That's exactly how I would see it.
Do businesses feel that they are better protected, or do they feel that they're more exposed than ever?
I love that question, because you know what? I think the answer is both.
Yeah.
I think we have more controls, we have better data, we have more dashboards. So we are better protected, but at the same time, we're more exposed than ever before. And again, because risks don't sit in silos, and they don't respect boundaries, by the way. They don't respect, I mean, it's like it's all over the place. So it's a growing feeling that you can do everything in your power, and yet you can be caught off guard.
It's the same topic as actually, right? So it's the interconnectivity of risk and the acceleration of risk in many ways, and the pace of change.
Of change.
Of all of that. Huh?
That it sits in the middle, absolutely.
So better protected, yet still more exposed at the same time. What do you expect from an insurer in order to build a strong and lasting relationship?
So the main word I would say is curiosity. Asking smart questions before coming with confident answers, taking the time, really understanding the client's business model, not only the balance sheet. That matters, because that's also how you build long-term relationships. And also being honest about what you can take on, what you're willing to insure and cover, and what you don't want to cover. I think that's it, right? So consistency, communication, all of that, it really forms the basis of a long-term relationship.
Like in any relationship, really.
Absolutely,
right?
Yes.
Communication, curiosity, try to understand each other.
Yes, that's it. Yeah. It's basic, but it's important, you know?
If you would have to describe Beazley in just one word, what would it be?
So I gave some thought to this, and it's so easy to default back to, specialists or experts, but I thought about it, and in fact, the word I want to say is thoughtful, because I think there's such a drive amongst the Beazley team to, have that willingness to engage early, to ask the smart questions, to think deeply about things, and I think that's an impressive quality.
Well, great. Thank you for the feedback. Glad to hear that.
Yeah.
And yes, it is important to keep that up.
Yes.
Also in the relationship, and actually all the topics you mentioned before. So. Carolina, we'll have a next guest in this taxi. Would you want to leave a question for that person? And we don't know who it is yet, but...
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Of course I do. So, okay, what is one risk that everyone is talking about, but everyone is also fundamentally misunderstanding? That, I think the response to that question can be quite revealing, I think.
Now I want to hear the answer, but we'll have to wait until the next guest.
Yes, I will watch.
Intriguing.
I will stay tuned.
Thank you so much. It's been a great pleasure to have you on board, and thank you for the interview.
Yeah, thank you so much, Fred. Thanks.
Thank you.